The Society of the Divine Word, SVD, is an active missionary congregation. Missionary work is the end and aim of the SVD. Mission itself can be interpreted in diverse ways, and there are many ways of being a missionary and diverse types of apostolate. In the unique context of India, the church has to be a serving, liberating, and praying church. Only then will she be a genuine witness, a true sacrament. A new concept of mission has been developed by the founding of Dhyan Ashram, which is a unique missionary venture within the Society of the Divine Word. Dhyan Ashram was founded by late Father Thomas Lynch SVD at the village Kankria near Manpur in Indore district of Madhya Pradesh state, central India.
Father Tom Lynch, he was novice master. He was very deeply contemplative, very prayerful, and had a natural mystical bent of mind. He was a forest officer in Ireland before he joined the SVD, and he visualized a place full of trees, natural settings where he could nurture his contemplative spirit and also give a space for others who would like to come and spend time in such natural surroundings to deepen their prayer life.
Many wondered how a contemplative ashram would fit into the SVD, which is an active missionary congregation. But the SVD General Council and the Bishop of Indore, as well as the local SVD administration, enthusiastically supported this venture. Dhyan Ashram was officially blessed and inaugurated on May 18, Pentecost Day 1975. The ashram is situated in a serene and beautiful place with lush green meadows, farmlands, and hills surrounding it. It is an oasis of peace and tranquility at the foot of the Vindhya mountain range. It is an ideal place for silence, solitude, contemplation, and an inner journey to meet the divine. The atmosphere and the ambience at Dhyan Ashram is very conducive for a spiritual quest. Here you can discover the freshness and beauty of the countryside, listen to the songs of the birds, the sound of silence, and rest in the lap of nature, or even take a hike to the mountains. I was a member of Dhyan Ashram just for 1 year, that is, from 1993 to 1994. Father Tom Lynch was my director. I cherish those moments I spent in Kankria Ashram, sitting many hours for meditation in the chapel, reading books in the library, listening to the chirping of birds, looking at the movements of the birds there, hikes to the mountains there, and visiting people around there, also conducting meditations, retreats, recollections for those who came to pray there. I thank God once again for the moments I spent in Kankria. Ashram, as such, is a general word with various shades of meaning. The primary emphasis of Dhyan Ashram continues to be on silence, solitude, and contemplation, which has impressed the non-Christian visitors to the ashram. Some of them have been remarkably surprised that Christians too have such ashrams where silence and meditation are given primary importance. While keeping this primary emphasis, Dhyan Ashram has also been always open to anyone who wishes to spend days of silence, prayer or retreat here. Though no formal courses or retreats are organized at the ashram, quite many are making use of the facilities at the ashram for spiritual renewal. The 13th General Chapter of the Society of the Divine Word, which was held in the year 1988, in its document on SVD Missionary Spirituality Today, had recommended that the provinces, in line with our missionary charism, consider proposals for the establishment of houses of prayer and contemplation. It is gratifying to note that SVDs in India had already pioneered and given leadership in this direction. The vision of the ashram is being centered on God and becoming an oasis of peace and harmony, and providing a conducive atmosphere of peace and divine experience for all genuine seekers, Christian and non-Christian. The mission is giving witness to the primacy of God through a life of prayer, contemplation, work, simplicity, and solitude, drawing inspiration from the Indian spiritual heritage. Praying regularly for the Divine Word Society, Church, the nation, and the world. Being available for spiritual help through guided retreats, recollections, spiritual direction, and pastoral counseling. Over the years, the buildings, having no strong foundation and mostly built with mud, had become dilapidated and needed urgent renovation for the continuation of this unique missionary venture. This has now been done with the construction of new rooms, a new beautiful chapel, and other necessary facilities.
Initially, the buildings were built with mud and lime. The foundations were also not very strong, and the construction was already done in 1972-1973. Though many used the rooms and the facilities for a number of years, gradually as the buildings became dilapidated and partly broken, the visitors also felt uncomfortable staying in a place like this. There were a lot of snakes and scorpions. After the demise of Father Lynch in the year 2011, the Central Indian Province made a recommendation and a decision to continue this ashram experiment, ashram venture. So when I was appointed here in the year 2013, seeing the situation, we felt we needed to make a radical renovation of the place for the meaningful continuation of this ministry. However, renovation was very difficult because of the buildings were in such bad shape, and therefore we decided, the provincial administration also recommended to radically reconstruct the place. Initially, we built rooms for the guests. There are 8 rooms with a double accommodation. At the same time, we also renovated the old chapel. A year later, we made a residential block, the dining room and kitchen, along with 2 guest rooms. And then we also made a new chapel, which is very beautiful and provides a very conducive atmosphere.
The ashram is just 1.5 kilometers from the AB road, that is National Highway NH3 from Agra to Bombay, 48 kilometers from Indore and 2 kilometers from Manpur. Father Philip Prashant Lucas and Father William Turkey are the two SVD confreres serving at the ashram in this unique missionary venture.
Believing in the Chinese proverb, anyone in silence is thinking about truth, changes the life of thousands. I believe in this proverb. And anybody who is in Kankria or in a place like this with real inner clarity and enjoys the peace has a meaningful life, and it has an effect outside. And so I'm glad that there is a place like this and where we can come and there is no one to disturb us except ourselves.
According to Albert Camus, an atheistic philosopher, to understand this world, one must sometimes turn away from it. To serve men better, one must hold them at a distance. There must be deserts and islands. But today, there are no more deserts, there are no more islands. Yet one feels the need of them. It is the work of contemplative life to provide these deserts, to create these islands where the necessary breathing space can be found. Dhyan Ashram is an attempt to provide such an oasis of solitude and silence.